Now needs, this is a big one for guys. So what type of needs, and I know all our needs different, so what kind of needs do we have for our man? Do you all have for your man? Not necessarily just the man you're with, just general needs that you all have.
Support. And whatever you're doing, if I'm gotta go and speak on a panel, I want you to be able to be there to support me. If you can't be there, I want you to go online and listen to me. Or at least have some flowers or a card or some just support. Because again, a lot of times it's not about money, it's about that support. I want to feel needed.
Yeah, showing an interest in whatever it is
Yeah.
that you're doing. I was just saying, just showing an interest in whatever it is that I'm doing, whatever I got going on.
Don't make your job the only thing that's going on. You gotta
Right.
show interest. Ask me, what did you do? How much money you made? Did you do a party? Did you do parties?
Right.
How much money you made at the party? How many ladies was there? Act like you care, huh?
Yeah, he's pretty good with that. He usually asks, how'd it go? Thing. And I was like, hey, it went pretty good.
Or even with that, book me some more parties.
Yeah, go out and give me some, chase me down some clients. That works.
Yeah, that definitely works.
I'm acts of service all day long. So if you see that I'm in need of something, even though I could do it myself, if you do it ahead of time, there you go. You got me. That's all.
I just really, all I want is a cheerleader.
Yep.
All I want is a cheerleader. You don't really have to support me or get me clients or be a part or involved with my work because.
I'm ready?
Okay, y'all ready?
Yes.
All right, Bree, I'm sorry that I had to cut you off. I had to take a brief intervention, but you were talking about you want your man, a need you have is for him to be your cheerleader.
Yes.
Which is the same thing that we're all saying.
Yes.
Now the interesting thing about what you all said about needs, ain't nobody said anything about money. Nobody said anything about money. But if you listen to the men's panel, that provider in them, they attribute providing security with money. So how is it possible that they think that our need is to have a man to provide financially and materialistic for us? But that ain't what y'all think.
No, we're saying equal, but I don't want to take care of you. I have to financially take care of you.
Right.
Okay.
No. So if this comes to money, no, I don't have the time or the patience to take care of you financially. But if we come to the table half and half or on the same playing field, then we're good. So maybe that's what they feel about money. But no, I don't need you to take care of me, but I'm not gonna take care of you.
Right.
Well, that's what they felt
Like
like.
you said, I got one
They
dependent,
think-
that's my child. That's the
They
only
think,
dependent.
and I'm gonna pick on Derek, because Derek was the one in the white shirt, the one who was doing, okay, so the way Derek articulated, the way he takes care of his woman, he takes care of her financial needs. He takes her on nice vacations. He said he pays most of the bills, and that she uses her check for her bills and the household stuff, but he pays most of the bills. So he attributed taking care of her needs as a financial thing, which is not bad. I don't think none of us sitting here saying we don't want a man who has a good financial position. But is that our primary need? I mean, will we date a man who made less than us?
I mean, I would.
Yeah, I mean, I always do. That's all I've ever done. So,
How much less?
Let's talk about this.
no, finish it. Finish it.
We need to know.
I mean, is it a difference between a six-figure job and a $35,000-$40,000 job different? I think that's a huge gap. So
Why? Why? Tell me why that's significant.
I think that's going to be an issue because depending on what house you buy and stuff like that, and the mortgage and who's paying the majority of it. So
But you can also help him as well.
yeah. I feel
Well, I
like
think
there's some
it depends.
Well, hold on. Let me finish up for her. Hold that thought for a second, because she's going exactly where they were going, and so I'm going to be direct with you, okay?
Okay.
And then I want you all to chime in. And that's kind of where the guys were going. She makes more money than me. That may be issue with some guys. It may not be issues with other guys. So from your standpoint, from one woman's standpoint, and let's assume now that you all are in a relationship, building a relationship, not that you're already there and he's coming in, okay?
Right.
So you're building a relationship with this guy. How much little can he make? I mean, is there a number?
I think half. I don't want to put, because love is love, but I think moving forward, when you get to big ticketed items and you're making half of what your spouse is making, I think there will be a little bit of resentment that starts creeping up.
Okay. From
I
the woman's standpoint or the man's standpoint?
Woman's standpoint.
So is that before you got with him he was making less, or is that while you're with him that he's making less?
This is
That's good. That's
That's-
a good point.
before. But you encourage that a male can elevate
right.
and get to promotions and stuff like that, but if that never happens, I think that's going to be
It's
an
going to
issue.
be an issue.
Yes.
And I appreciate your honesty because a lot of us will want to say, oh, it ain't going to be an issue, it ain't going to be an issue. But I agree with you. I
It's
think
gonna be an
that
issue.
there'll be an issue.
Because it's like, I want this type of car because I make 6 figures, but you're not going to be able to get, it's going to be an issue.
I think it depends on where you are in your relationship and your age.
Yeah.
That will tell you, sweet pea, listen. I need to know what you're bringing to the table, not because I need anything off of your table,
Right.
but I need to know, is your table going to fall apart? So if you're already, like, first you have to be over 50 for me to talk to you anyway. And so if you're still making a certain number, and I'm not going to put that number out there because I pray that this is still out there in the verse in 10 years, and what we have now in 10 years won't matter, but nonetheless, if you're making a significant amount of money less than I am, and you're 50,
That's an
I'm
issue.
never gonna
Get
get
to
where
where
because
you
I
wanna
mean, you're
be.
gonna be retiring, son. So, but
So you wouldn't start dating that person?
I would
Right.
not.
Okay.
That's exactly.
I would not. I mean,
Then that's not an issue. I mean, should we not date a man if we know that there may be an issue? Not saying it's always an issue, but should we just not even date it?
Well, me personally, I feel like when it's money involved like that, that's why a lot of men are like they are, because there is a lot of men out there who be trying, and because
Right.
so many women out here who do make the big bucks,
Right.
you know, our standards are high, but at the same token, I feel like we should give that person a chance, because it's not always about the money.
Right.
You know, it's about love, it's about that person caring for you, about that person trying to do something for you. He's trying.
Right.
And if you just keep pushing them back, then I mean, you don't know what's going to happen to the poor man.
well, that's what I'm saying. It depends on where you are, because there's a conversation that has been had when you talk about the numbers. You have to ask are we talking income or his access to money? Because I know plenty of guys who their income sucks, but they make dumb amounts of money that's not from income. They have
Right.
stock, they have money already.
Right.
You know, he might not have a job at all, but his bank account makes me like, wait, hold on.
So he got money then.
But that's not income.
It's not
already money.
reoccurring income.
Right. So for me, I have to look at it in its totality, because he might make less than me. He cannot make significantly less than me. But where are your financial goals, and where are you already standing? Because if you can take care of yourself and you're already living in a house because your house is paid for and you're not coming to ask me for money, we might be able to talk. But I can't be I'm not your mama. And I'm not trying to be. I want you to be able to be financially stable
Right.
already.
Okay, so that's a different.
Yeah.
That's different. That's different.
Financial stable, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
it's
if
different.
he is already financially stable with his income,
Right.
right? Is that what we're saying?
So there's no room for growth.
Right. Well, that's where always. So let me play the scenario out, okay? Because I want the guys to get it right. I don't want them to walk away, because I'm going to stay here for a minute. I don't want them to walk away going, oh, she made more money than me. What's she trying to tell me? Don't approach her. No, that ain't what we're saying.
No, that's not.
Okay, so you got the guys who are, say a guy makes $40,000 a year. He's financially stable. He's got a house. He's got a steady job.
Benefits.
You know, he's got benefits. He's got health insurance and all that stuff. He's got a car. He's maintaining his expenses, and he's not under the water and he ain't got no need to come borrowing money or stuff.
Right.
That's financially stable.
Right.
He got a credit score.
But he makes 40, I don't know what the credit score is. He makes 40 and say you make 100.
Right.
So that's,
That's a gap.
that's a gap. So, now he's stable in his lifestyle, but he over here in your lifestyle, he ain't stable. Because he doesn't make enough money to contribute half of your lifestyle. Do we date him?
Yes. I can date him.
Because he's stable.
That's a
And so when he
difference.
comes over here, he bringing his stability, right?
Right.
He's bringing solid.
Right,
people.
which means as long as he doesn't come over here expecting us to supplement his lifestyle,
Exactly.
right?
Right.
Then he's good.
Yes.
We don't have no problem with the fact that you make less.
Right.
Because I can always end up making less because we live in that world now.
Yeah.
My 6 figures can easily, in the blink of an eye.
Go away.
I mean,
especially
look
during
at
the
COVID.
pandemic.
Listen, COVID
Right.
took a lot of 6 figures down to no figures.
No figures. Okay, so let me give you the flip side of it. Okay. Now, he's migrated into your world. And so now, understandably, and the guy said it, he's feeling a little bit uncomfortable because he done left his 2-3 bedroom house. Now he over here in a 5-bedroom house in the suburbs.
Because
But
that's
it's your
where you
house.
want to be. 'Cause
It's
that's-
your house because he came over here to you.
Yeah.
Now what happens when
A
he...
man is never moving into a house that I own. We
Okay,
still
so then
know.
that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
How do we feel about a man moving into a house that we previously owned?
No.
Preach, no.
I wouldn't have no problem with
Right.
it.
Yeah, if,
I
if he
mean,
didn't have a
me
problem with it, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But if
I-
it makes him uncomfortable and he wants to choose something that we both agree on, that's somewhere in between or whatever, as long as we both agree on it, I can work with
Right.
it.
Because that's,
So we don't have a problem with it unless he has a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it.
I do.
I know you have a problem
Yes,
with it.
I do.
Anybody else has a problem with it. So y'all have a problem with it and you don't have a problem with it. Well,
I'm in the middle because sometimes when you do that, it's to me you need to start fresh.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes, you need to start fresh.
Okay.
But on the flip side, if it's a situation where you can't start fresh right away,
Okay.
Mhm.
And you stay in your house.
then you stay in your house. But that has to be very, very
Expiration
temporary,
date on
and,
it.
and it has to be
Oh, no,
understood.
no. When I say stay in your house, I don't mean stay in my house.
Stay
I mean
in his
wherever
house,
you was
right.
at.
So temporarily, I think
You know, yeah, I got my
Okay,
place and we can visit.
you know, because everybody has to build, you know, just like she just said,
So-
COVID impacted a lot of people, so we gotta look at that, because it could have been us. The flip
Okay.
side.
Okay, now
But
push
it's
y'all on
temporary.
that. Watch it. Watch. We'll see if y'all
so,
can change.
so let me
Go ahead.
ask something. So basically, if he's staying in his house and I'm staying in my house, now we got him paying all his bills on that
Right.
side, and I'm paying all the bills on that side. We can move in together. We just pay the bill together.
I like that.
Right, that's what I'm saying,
But, yeah,
temporary,
still not
until
moving in
we
my
can
house,
get
though.
to our house together. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying,
so-
temporary.
I want you to
Then
get
we'll move
us
on.
out.
Hold on. Okay,
And
so
we
now-
working on that.
let me make it a little bit more different because I'm gonna challenge you because I like the fact that we don't all agree. I love it because not all women are gonna agree, and there is nothing wrong with me being okay with a man moving into my house and you not being okay because we're all different women. We're all now, Deidre.
Yes.
You got the 5-bedroom house. You
Yes.
got the 3-bedroom house.
Right.
Now y'all gotta combine.
To a 4-bedroom.
6-bedroom.
In the club.
You were equally.
Well, do we go in the suburbs or we stay on the south side?
I think that's knowing who you are getting to know as far as dating, what your future plans are, what you would like. But we're not coming to my house, and I'm not coming to his, so I don't
So what do you do with y'all houses?
sell them,
Airbnb.
and then call me
Yes.
to sell them.
Call you. Let you sell and like the commission of your house.
But I've had
But
clients
sell
that
houses.
have moved into their house, engaged, moved into the male house, and then in a year or two buy their own house together. I just know my personality, and I'm older, and I've been on my own for a long time, so somebody moving in my space, it will be hard for me not to treat them as a roommate.
Right.
Because I have my stuff, certain things, and if you I never put a drink right there and stuff like that.
Right.
So for our relationship benefits, I think we should start fresh on one home.
Right.
and not try to go to his home or my home. And we just have to do a compromise. Like I said, 3-bedroom, 5-bedroom, let's compromise at a 4-bedroom.
I think
You're gonna give up half of your stuff and let him bring half of his stuff?
Yeah, I'm in the midst right now. Like, okay, we have a lot of furniture. Which furniture am I gonna keep? What furniture are you gonna keep? And stuff like that.
Oh, I prefer to start completely fresh.
No, I have
Well,
some antiques.
Well,
Yeah, I was like, I'm taking my stuff. I had to take my stuff now.
but and this is, I'm a lot different from most women at this moment. This is my defining moment where Bree is
Right now.
right this moment right now. I want to keep my house, and I never want to sell it. Okay. Some people say that gives you an escape. It does, but it not necessarily escape from the relationship. But if I have my own house that I can just go back to and run away from you and have my vacation home, and I have friends that really did this, and their relationship is 40 years solid because they have a place to say, I cannot with you today. I'll be home tomorrow. I'm not spending extra money because this house is paid for. But me being in my home and you moving into my home, I have memories from the person who was in that home before you. That room that we sleep in has a ghost in it.
That's why he doesn't want to come.
Right.
That's why he don't want to be there.
Exactly. But when I go to your house, there's a ghost there too. And I can't be sleeping with you and your ghost.
But you know, I'm gonna tell you, if a guy was sitting there, I'm gonna tell you exactly what he would say. We bring that ghost crazy. You see the ghost, it ain't no ghost in his house.
It is not
When
for
he's
him.
done, he's done.
For him.
That ghost ain't there, but you see her.
I see her.
Yeah, what's the
I
time?
smell her. I look at. You better get a new bed because every time I look at that bed, I'm gonna be like, "Were you? Did she?"
Yes.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be able to lay comfortable.
I cannot go in her kitchen. And even if she never lived there, the fact that she was there, I've had relationships with guys and they'll bring me to their house. I don't want to be in your house because I remember every glass and say to myself, somebody else's red lipstick was on that glass, and no, I cannot.
Bring your own
But
glass.
And that's why I don't want to be in whatever was already there.
Okay, so but I want to keep to the, because that's, and I get that, that's the emotional side of women. We bring to the table this emotional stuff that guys be like, I washed the glass.
Yeah, you
It's been in the dishwasher.
That's beside the point.
He's sitting there
I know somebody else.
I know somebody else's lipstick.
Yeah, but
You
see,
know, traces
that's
of her
the thing.
lipstick.
That's that Mars Venus thing.
Yeah, and that's where I know that I'm different from a lot of women because I really do see, like I don't physically see another woman, but I will, in the back of my head.
But I don't think, based on this conversation, you ain't that much different. I don't have that. I think of it in terms of like a financial, I see business, marriages as a business relationship also.
It is.
So, like you said, it's a house over here, it's a house over here. If we can both afford to maintain them, that's different. But that's so much money going out of the house,
I want to
it
split a
makes
cable
more
bill.
sense to put it together. But then I also see what you're saying, Bree, is he's got his house that he's put blood, sweat, and tears in. I've got my house that I put blood, sweat, and tears in. And in this market, Deidre, it may sell for a lot of money,
Right.
but in the regular market, it may not. So we got to figure out a way to keep our investments here, but also be afford to get something else. Or one of us gonna have to get over it. Either she's gonna have to get over that ghost she see and get over it, or he's gonna have to get over whatever. I ain't gonna call it insecurities. They said there's not insecurities. Women define it as insecurity. They're gonna, whatever they feeling that it emasculates them or whatever, they're gonna have to get over it to come over here. But see, the question is, and this is a question for women, because we're in that scenario, we make more money than them. Would you, for the sake of that relationship, if he said, babe, I don't want to move to the suburbs. I don't want to live in a house like that. I like living on the south side of town. I like living in the hood that I grew up in. For the sake of love and saving that relationship, make your man happy, what you doing?
I'm not moving to the hood.
Maybe not hood, but
Okay.
south side.
Okay, but my thing is, if he don't wanna come to where I'm at, and I don't wanna go where he's at, we gonna have to compromise
Yeah.
somewhere.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to compromise and move to South Florida in a high rise with no yard, no children allowed in the building.
So how does that, y'all know I got 2 panels going on, so I'm gonna play with you. So how does that play in with that submission stuff? If the man is supposed to be the head of the house, and you've agreed, you said I do, I'm gonna marry this man, and he says to you, I can't afford to live over there, and I'm not gonna, even if we move into a compromise house, this is my level. So he's supposed to be the tiebreaker, right? In the submission thing, in the Bible submission. If the man says, well, no, that's not gonna work. And he says, if you want to be with me, you gotta move over here, my house, or we gotta move in a house that's comparable to where I'm staying.
Okay, can I renovate it?
There you go. There you go.
I'll be open if I can get in there and put my touch on it some kind of way and renovate it.
So you would submit.
Yeah.
Anybody else would submit?
I would submit too, but like I said, I'm not moving in the hood. I have my share of that, so if we can move elsewhere, then I'm fine with that.
On that level.
Yes.
The word submit.
Compromise.
Submit an application to
Compromise.
I will compromise, but compromise means that I get a little of something that I want and he gets a little of something he wants. But that whole submission thing, the thing we submitting is application.
And offers.
So the consensus then seems to be, if he doesn't want to come, if he expresses to us that he has some uncomfortableness with moving in our house, and we express to him that we're uncomfortable moving in his house, then let's just get another house.
Submit an offer.
This is in my house, and it may not be over there, or it may not be over here, it may be somewhere in the middle that we can agree on. That's the best thing.
I'm different. I'm not like married to a house. I can move around real estate. Some people say I have to live in this house. I invested it. I can't move.
Me either.
I just would like to keep my house.
So
I sold my house.
somebody asked me this question the other day, so let me pose the question to you all. Okay, so you're in it. We're still in that 100,000, 40,000. How do you handle the bills in the house?
Split down the middle.
How's he gonna split down the middle? And he got
Get
40,
ready to
you
get
got
enough.
60.
But you still split.
He can
But
still
he was
split.
paying the whole thing in
Because
his
we
place.
already.
Okay, let me
You
clarify
can
some
go bill
numbers.
by bill and what you guys
Yeah,
are
you
willing.
pay-
So
you pay
okay, you don't want
everything
cable
in the
more
house.
because cable's $250. I agree. Let's do the streaming and we get it down to $125.
Hold on,
We
hold
agree
on.
with that.
Hold that
Split
thought right there. Hold that thought. All right, let me break. Okay, so his mortgage was $800 a month.
Okay,
Your mortgage was $2,000.
right.
How much house we building now? The mortgage, what's that? Mortgage on the compromise house.
Well, if you do it right, it's gonna be what, 1,600?
Somewhere in between. So the mortgage, is that it? We gonna split, we gonna get a mortgage somewhere in between?
Yeah. we're gonna
Okay,
do
so
that.
let's say the mortgage now is 1,800. Let's say 1,500.
Okay.
Mortgage now is 1,500. Well, you're bringing $100,000 to the table. He bringing 40,000. You're saying he can split 1,500 because it's only
If you agree to it,
Well, he already paying 800, so let's get
Right.
that house.
Okay, so
if
So
you
we
agree
spending
to
the
it.
same money. we
okay, but the
spending-
house is a little bit bigger, so the utility bill is gonna be larger.
We gonna
Yeah.
split that too.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, because I can say for fact, I moved in a house that's 3 times bigger when I lived in South Florida. My utility bill was way smaller than in Tallahassee because it depends on where you are.
Okay, well, let me not be so technical with the bills. So, you think that it's fair to a man
To split it.
to
and-
split
because
all of the
he's
bills down the middle
earning
when
less.
his money is less?
Okay, so my thing is when
He's
he
gonna run
was,
out of money.
my thing is no, not really, because my thing is when he was at his place, he was paying all that anyway.
Mhm.
So I know it was only probably one person in there. So my thing is when you come to the newer house or wherever we're gonna stay at, yeah, your 800 is going to go toward that rent or that mortgage, and I can by me paying 1,500 by myself. Now I'm only paying what 700 of that now. So I do have extra money left. So if he doesn't have the money to pay for the lights or whatever, I I can, spend that money. Because I do see he's trying, you know what I'm saying? He is giving me $800. But he gonna have to, get some more money.
Well, think about it from a realistic standpoint. Okay, so.
But he was paying more than.
I'm watching my brother Malcolm over there. I'm watching his face. I'm trying to reach your face. You got a poker face. Okay, so, but let me think about it, ladies. Okay, so let me tell you what my philosophy is, and then I'll tell you. Okay, my philosophy is to do it like on a pro rata. So if my income is 100,000, his is 40,000, I'm not gonna change my lifestyle that much. I'm still gonna buy the same type cars I like. I'm still gonna do the same vacations. But now I got a man that can pay half of the vacations and half of the car notes and all of this stuff. I have an image that I enjoy. Mm-hmm. So if I'm gonna be with him, I think we should prorate it. So I may pay 60% of the mortgage, and he may pay 40% of the mortgage. I may say I'll pay the mortgage, you pay the utility bills. But when I look at the joint bills, I say you're gonna pay 40% of this, so we can do it different ways. You can pay these and I pay these, or we're gonna put the money into account, but you bring 40% and I bring 60% of whatever the bills are. Tell you why. When he was in his house paying $800 a month, now he's paying $750. It was his house, and he ain't have to deal with us. He ain't got to deal with us. And if we have children, he ain't got to deal with my sons. He's not going to deal with it. He had peace, security, and if he didn't want nothing but a futon, it was his futon. If he wanted the fellas over all night laying up on the couch, he could do that. Now he's in our house, meaning both of us, not mine, but our house. Fellas can't stay over all night, can't be sloppy drunk. Oh, ain't no futons coming in here. So he's giving up a lot to come into this relationship with us. But now you saying, I'm paying all the money that I was paying for my freedom. I'm gonna pay the same amount of money, and then I'm giving up all of those things. Is that fair?
Well, that's assuming that he has no children. Well, in my situation, he ain't gonna have no kids. But
good luck with that.
Oh no.
Well, okay, let's assume he bring his kids or the kids are
better have some grown kids, but you can't come here with no babies. I'm done with that. But I do think that you're giving up your freedom to be with me, because I'm the prize.
Right.
I'm the table, I'm the car, I'm the everything. I am the prize. You don't mind.
Until you turn into a monster.
Until that moment that you give me reason to say, it's my house. I paid the bills. And this is why you're going to split down half.
That's why you got to compromise, because nobody can say my house.
Exactly. That's my thing. Like, that's my bedroom at my house. If I'm paying the mortgage, it's still my house. If I'm paying the brunt of the mortgage, it's still my house.
But now we're in compromise.
If we're splitting, if we have this compromise house, because I've reduced down to a 3-2.
What? No, these are. See, now get it straight. We in a 4. How many bathrooms we got, Deidre?
We at least 2.5.
Well,
in
in my imaginary house, we're living on a condo.
Okay.
It's only 2 bedrooms, and there's
okay,
2 or 3 baths, but we're splitting it down the middle because there will not be the conversation of what's anybody's.
Right.
It's gonna be.
That's why I wanted.
If you do the half. If I split down the middle, the half, everything. I mean, you was paying the whole cable bill anyway. Now you only got half the cable bill. You're paying $25. We got Comcast. We paying half the mortgage. It's our house. This is our room.
Right.
And the only mine I have is my car, my cell phone bill. You won't never pay those. And my clothes bill, because it's going to trump yours all day. But those are my bills. So when I have debt, it's my debt. But everything else.
So what about? Okay, so let's be realistic, ladies. Okay, so we done compromised on the house.
Okay.
But we've also brought our lifestyle down because we've gone from the suburbs to the middle person. So we're still gonna have some things that we want to do. Trips. Your trips may be more lavish than his. You may want to go to Aruba when he went to Orlando. You may want to fly when he drove everywhere. Because that's what his budget allowed. So now you want these fancy trips. You done put the man where he paid the same amount of money in this house. Now he's still at the same amount of money in this bigger house. Now he ain't got no money for the trips.
I'll pay for the trip.
So are you gonna bring your lifestyle down to accommodate the fact that he can't do it? Or are you gonna pay for the
It depends
trip?
because I've had a 6-figure lifestyle, but I spent like a middle class lifestyle. So I would never have that issue because I didn't do the lavish trips and stuff like that. I just save. So I don't think we'll ever have
I did
that
the,
issue.
I do the lavish trips, but I do them with Sky Miles. So,
But the point is, he didn't do none of that.
and he's going to enjoy living that lifestyle.
Are you gonna pay
You're
it?
gonna pay?
Yeah, because I was doing the Sky Miles anyway. I ain't paying
Okay.
money.
So you gonna pay for his share too?
Yeah, because it's Sky Miles.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's
All the time?
Then
Yes,
it's
all the
not-
time.
Okay.
All the time.
And then it's not, or shouldn't necessarily be about the money part of it. If it's somebody that you
Enjoy.
love and enjoy their company,
I want
you're not gonna mind. I mean, you already know that your income is more than his, and you already know that. You know your lifestyle. You know you like the lavish trip, so I don't see where it would be a problem.
I think
For
that
you to pay for it.
when you're in a relationship, I mean, there's a joy
Not
of
having
him being
fun
on
with
that trip
someone.
with you. So
Yeah.
him coming, you're not an extra. Somebody was coming with me anyway. So I mean, whatever trip I've been on, somebody was following behind me.
Whether it's a friend or family member
and
somewhere, might as well
chances
be
are
somebody I know.
you was kicking out money for them anyway because they probably aren't.
So do you pay for his trip or you let him
Nah.
contribute to the trip what he can financially contribute?
I probably would pay for the trip.
I mean, he could pay for some meals and
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
Yeah,
Or one
I
of the
mean,
drinks, some
maybe
drinks
some-
at the bar and.
I think I would just pay for the trip because that would be a gift to him. Because I want you, if I'm living a different lifestyle or a higher lifestyle than you, and I'm bringing you into it, I'm bringing you into my world and I want you to enjoy that. Because I do believe in spoiling whoever I'm with. I mean, that's just,
Okay.
that's who I am.
So
I'm
where
gonna
you
spoil
all draw
right.
the
Just
line
not
at
in your house.
is,
Nah.
right? So where you all draw the line, which is exactly, y'all draw the line at the living, the
Yep.
home.
Yep.
So we gonna evenly divide the home and the expenses, but the fact that I make more money, I can accommodate for that in other things, like
Yeah.
the trips and stuff. Okay. So let me shift gears to something that the guys enjoy talking about. Body image. Appearances. Guys said, and I've done that panel twice. And I got the same, the guy, there was only 2 guys on the second panel that was on the first panel. But so now I've heard a total of 12 guys. Every one of them said the same thing. I don't need the hair. I don't need the eyelashes. I don't need the breast implants. I don't need none of that. Because if I fell in love with you and you didn't have those things, I fell in love with you. Now hair, I love it. He would say, we see all of that I ain't gonna say how he said it, but when we're being intimate with each other, we see the back fat, we see the body fat, we see the gut, we see the stretch mark. We see that, and we're still intimate with you, and we still enjoy intimacy, sexual intimacy with you. So why did we do it if our guy didn't require it?
We want to feel good.
For yourselves.
Yeah, for
That ain't
ourselves.
got nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't care what.
So what is it about? It's not,
But I do think guys
It has-
really
it has
care
nothing to do
about
with it.
some appearance
No.
on some level.
I have literally posted my with makeup, without makeup, and the guys like me without makeup.
Natural.
They do. They like
That's
my
what they
natural
say.
hair.
Yeah,
That's what they
And
say.
I mean, I have gorgeous natural hair. Yes, I do. But they do prefer me without makeup. But I didn't wake up and get dressed for them. I woke up and I put this together for me. And some women put it together because of other women, but I ain't even around other women. I do it because I feel good,
Right.
and it's important to me. And yeah, he doesn't have anything to. I have to see him look like he looks 24 hours a day. 7 days.
So it's not about him.
It's not about him.
Is it about him?
No.
Is it ever about him?
Not when I'm getting dressed.
No.
So when
If
we
you go on a
do
date-
the makeup, go ahead.
If you go on a date, yeah, you try to.
Try to make it look good for him.
Nick Cannon just said on his show 2 days ago, he says, and he had a panel of men, and he says, if a woman on the first date comes to me looking like just ragged down, then she's not taking me seriously. And if she puts on clothes and gives me her what she considers her best, then she's really into me. But if she comes in and look like, oh, you look comfortable, he doesn't see her anymore as somebody he wants to entertain anymore.
Because he didn't see that he
Like
didn't
her
have
value,
any
she
support.
She
Yeah.
didn't give her
Well, so we do,
They can't
okay, so
have
the
tight
hair.
Well, it was more than just him. It was several people, and they all agreed. And I mean,
So wait a minute, hold on. So, okay, so let me ask you. Cause I gotta ask, cause I said the same thing. It ain't about y'all. Okay, so if part of our objective is to please our man, then you just tell him this ain't about you, babe? How do you think he feels? Do y'all think he should feel any kind of way if you say that?
No, because you want to feel good about yourself when you
Right.
get up in the morning time. It's not about nobody else. It's about me, how I want to look. Now, if I decide that I'm just running the Publix right quick and I don't want to do nothing, I put a hat on and keep it going. That's what I wanted to do that day. But for the most part, when I come out,
it's kind of like when you go to church.
you want to look good for yourself because you want to feel good about you. Now, yes, one thing they're going to say, it doesn't matter to them either, but it does because they're like, why you didn't wear what you wore there last time? They'll say that.
They'll say
that.
I was going somewhere and someone I dated before said, I don't think you should wear that. I thought it was a cute outfit, but they said no.
They do pay attention.
They do.
They do pay attention.
Or I
They
put
want you to
on
look like a ragamuffin when
a,
you
right,
go
or
out.
I went on a date in a black dress recently, and then the next time we went out, I put on something else, and I'm like, what about that black dress?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't see that before. That was the first time I see. I was like, but it's still dirty. I gotta clean it. So they do pay attention to stuff.
They pay attention. So
Yeah,
you want to look good for you.
Okay, so that's clothing, but I'm talking about the other stuff.
I was gonna say, I had
the
one tell me
weave, the eyelashes and all of that stuff.
Old school
Add
males,
stuff.
old school black males, I just have to say, they do not like weaves.
I literally had one. I had one that
Old
said
school, like 70s.
he didn't want weave
Right.
that didn't have
It's
a
a
natural
young
length.
one.
A natural length.
Yes, the
If it
natural.
wasn't a natural length or it looked like it could have been mine. And then I had one that said, I don't care what you have, but if you come to me smelling like flat iron, you got to take that.
Yes.
Because you know they
So,
burn.
Yes.
Yeah, they smell like
Let
burnt
me ask the hairdresser.
Okay, so me personally, I think it all kind of like started with the videos. Cause back then you did see a lot of black women with short hair, real nice.
Right.
Then all of a sudden these little Brazilian women came over here with all this exotic long hair, and the men started flocking to them, and then the butt got bigger. So now that makes the black woman want to get her hair real long. She wants to get a big butt because they're trying to get the attention of that man, because now that man got his attention on the other, the women. So they trying to connect with each other, so that's what I think.
Funny thing
Me,
is,
I'm gonna be always natural. No, nothing on me.
if you ask a lot of the guys, I'll ask you guys, and they'll tell you the girl that's the video vixen, they also see her as all hands on. Everybody has had her. Like one of the guys was saying on the panel. They were like, we don't want her. That everybody has been with. Well, look at her because she looked good.
The celebrities on them now.
But they
They're
don't.
all up in them Instagram models. And
Well, they also know that, not to get too far to the left, but when we're getting to that moment of intimacy, hopefully we take a shower, which means that all of that is coming off. When he really sees you, you don't have on lashes, you ain't got on contacts, you got weave, but it looked like it's rather than tattered. and you ain't got the corsets or whatever they have on under there where you couldn't breathe 2 minutes ago. You don't have the nice heels on. You are butt booking down naked.
And he loves you.
And he's still trying to get in it.
And if you think about it when you're home, when you're with your mate. Isn't he more touchy-feely, cuddly when you got all that stuff off? Yeah.
Most men want a natural woman.
He wants natural. And I agree with you. I mean, we're all on the same accord. And I said that on the panel. I don't put my makeup on and my eyeliner on and comb my hair. I don't do that for you. Because you're probably not with me. You're not with me at work. You're not. I do it for me. When I look in the mirror, I want to look good. It makes me feel good. I may have a different pep in my step. Now I ran to the store this morning and I ain't had no makeup on, I had a rag on my head. I didn't care what I looked like because I didn't care about the environment that I was going to. But when I'm going to work, all of that is part of my mojo. And so the guys hit me back and say, but if you're, and I don't do the lashes stuff, but if you all are doing the lashes and the body modifications and all of that stuff, and I'm telling you, I don't need that. That doesn't attract me about you. But you do it anyway. Isn't that you telling me you don't really care how I feel?
No.
No. I agree.
No.
Right.
Because there's got to be a
That's not
moment
us.
where you understand that I have to do something to make me happy.
Right.
I want you to be
Exactly.
happy,
Right.
but not at the detriment of my own happiness.
Right.
Yeah.
And I do understand that when we're made up, we almost become untouchable to them because don't touch my hair, don't mess up my makeup. I can't kiss you and get lipstick on
I
something.
just ironed it.
Yeah,
You messed up my clothes.
we become a porcelain doll of some form, and they're like, but I can't really get with you like I want to. Yeah, you're right, because I'm going in public. Get away from me. But
So the public becomes, at some point, more important than your man. I'm playing devil's advocate. I agree with you.
the public
but that's
is
what
never
they're
more
saying.
important than my man. But my image, and I would hope that he would say, I want when other people see my lady, that she is more than a dime. She's a whole dollar. And yeah, that guy, to me, I mean, when I get up and I get dressed, I could really care less who sees me. I could care less if you like the way I look or any of that. But I want to look good. Plus, what I do for a living requires me to
Right.
look a certain way.
Right.
But nonetheless, I would want you to, when we go out in public, for me to give 100% of what I can look like, so that when your friends see me, they're not looking like, well, why?
What in the world you with her?
That homely looking.
Well, the guy said, and I wrote it down. I have to write down the stuff they say because I don't necessarily agree with it. But they said, we don't need the eyelashes. We don't need the weave. We know you got stretch marks, particularly if you had a baby. We know that they're there. You can hide it all you want to. You put on the little spank things. He said, but we know you got body fat. He said, I don't forget word, but it was like, these are life scars. That's what they said. These are life scars. Stretch marks, body fat, cellulite, they call them life scars. They're battle scars. You've given me a child. So we can stop trying to hide it with them because they know that they're there. So us putting on these spanks and all of that stuff to thinning ourselves out in the bedroom, you know, I ain't gonna pick on it, but he's like, when we're hitting it from the back, we see everything. All the cellulite, all the jiggly thighs, all the back fat, the body fat, and we don't care. It's like it doesn't matter. But he broke it down to say that. So, ladies that who are listening to this, we all on the same accord that there are certain things that we do to make us feel good. But you also gotta make sure your man is happy. If he tells you, and ask him, if he tells you these things, I don't require that, then get comfortable at the house. Take it all off. If you're doing it for you, do it for you out in the public. If your man says, I want you natural, be natural at the house.
Yeah.